Hidden in the hills along the Susquehanna River, you will find a half-mile dirt track known for speed and excitement. Tonight, we will bring you live coverage of the return of a very special event, the Donohue Nationals. Hello everyone, I'm your host Matt Faust. Welcome to Selinsgrove Speedway for the 2021 Donohue Nationals. Joe Donohue will be joining me as a race commentator for two divisions of racing tonight. The 410 sprint cars and late models will be competing for respective trophies in this show. The schedule starts with 4 sprint car heats before we move to the late model exhibition and then our main event, the 20-lap feature race. Without further ado, let's send it down to Joe for 5 laps in pit stop TV heat number 1.
Thank you, Matt. And yes, as we see those cars rolling onto the track now, we'll get them bump started and ready to go for tonight's first heat. Five laps the distance. Wyatt Floor leads us down. Green flags out. Ian Perez started on his outside, slides in there, single file all the way back. Perez putting some pressure down the inside of Floor through 1 and 2 and through 3 and 4. Slides up the racetrack, got the nose cut off of him. Floor leads the way. Perez looks down the inside again through turn 1. Big lead again, and Isaac Waldrop putting pressure on the 11 cars. They come through again. Ian Perez is going to be your heat run winner.
A classic drive for Ian Perez, the only person who was a part of the 2014 race in this show tonight. Next up for you comes the DK Media Heat number 2. Let's get it rolling.
Gavin Beers and Justin Ray lead us down. Green flag out. 5 laps of racing. Here we go. The 75C Josh Things now making it 3 wide through turn 3. Takes the race lead, but down back the inside goes Gavin Beers again. 3 wide in behind him. They come through again. Gavin Beers trying to protect the bottom side. The 8R now trying to slide up with him. 75 on the outside. Josh Things still holding some momentum up top. Gets her back through again. This is a good heat right here. Coming to the finish right now. Your heat winner is that 15H.
Gavin Beers with a flag-to-flag run takes the win in heat number 2, showing his speed for the upcoming feature. Cars are now rolling off for the Trey Shuttlesworth Photography heat number 3. Let's send it down.
5 laps, let's get it. Green flags out. Matt Haas let us down. Kyle Conley on the outside got that run. He leads the first lap. Favada made it pressure for second place. Not going to get there. Waldrop and him fall back. Matt Haas, the pole sitter, still trying to catch back up to Kyle Conley. As now, down the inside, spinning. Casey Favada goes around. Caution comes out. They're going to restack him, re-rack him, get this one going again. But Casey Favada going to be at the tail. Kyle Conley gets that jump off the green flag. Last time through, this one's going to go to Kyle Conley.
A tough fight to the end, but Conley easily slides into first. Great run for the 6 car. The final heat race of the night is ready to go. Take the call, Joe, for Racing Nation TV heat number 4.
Led down by Micah Damon. Green flags out, and we're racing on the outside of the 47 of Rayon Durrani. Didn't quite get there. John Whitaker will go down the inside. Lap number 1 led by Damon. Now Whitaker jumps out in front. The 9 machine leads the way. They're single file. Now Micah Damon with the big slider. Comes back across. 2 to go for Whitaker out front. Damon on the outside as well. Foster in line. Rayon Durrani looked down low. Didn't quite get there. 3 wide in the corner in the last lap here. Oh, contact, and they're spinning. Chaotic finish to that one.
Ryan Durrani lost control of the 47 car there with some contact in the last corner, while Wild West John Whitaker takes the checkered flag. Before we see the sprint cars return to the track, we have an 8-lap race featuring 3 all-stars of late model racing. Before we send them off, let's introduce you to the starting lineup. Pole sitter for this event is the Australian driving the Valvoline-sponsored blue number 1, the rocket chassis house car is Jack McKenzie. The red car rolling off in the middle is the number 53 DNR Motorsports machine, wheeled tonight by Indiana's Drew Graves. Starting on the outside is the white 777 for Jared Landers Racing. Watch for some speed from the Chevrolet decal car and its driver, Dylan Schindler.
All right, time to set them going. 3 wide, 8 laps. McKenzie leads him down. Green flag out. 1 car jumps out front. It looks like Schindler trying to make that pass on Drew Graves down the front stretch. They complete the first of 8 laps. Schindler loose down the back stretch. Drew Graves gets around him easy. McKenzie leading, no trouble up front, but now they're all jumped back together. Drew Graves right behind. They're almost 3 wide out of turn number 2 that time. McKenzie gets the pass down. Drew Graves makes that race lead. 3 to go at the line here. Drew Graves leading the way. McKenzie and Schindler side by side racing for second place down the backstretch. They're still side by side. 2 to go. No trouble up front. Drew Graves going to come out of that corner. White flag this time for the Hoosiers. Anyway to make any last ditch efforts. They run through the middle this time. No trouble. Drew Graves going to bring that 53 home in first.
And congratulations to Drew Graves driving away with that victory, but still an exciting race for us tonight. With the conclusion of that one, We have now reached our main event. 20 laps is the distance, 16 drivers will try to be the champion. As the cars get started, we will set the field and drill. We'll introduce them to you before we set it loose for our A main tonight.
Thank you, Matthew. Yes, we've got 16 drivers lined up and ready to go. Let's introduce you to your field. Starting off at the tail end of this grid from Las Vegas, Nevada, we've got the number 47 car. That's Rayon Durrani. Starting on his inside on that last row, the Hoosier out of Kokomo, Indiana, driving the number 45X. We've got Ethan Snyder. Looking up into the 14th starting position, driving the number 15 STP car for Tony Stewart from Bloomington, Illinois. That's Garrett Oliver. Inside row number 11, driving the 2L, the Apollo Rockets car. This one's going to be Braden Colonius. Starting off in position number 12, driving the number 17 for Keen Motorsports, the car sponsored by Keen Motorsports and Pit Stop TV. Driving that car out of Edmonton, Alberta, is the Eskimo Riley Foster. Starting P11 for Allebach Motorsports, a veteran on this channel, the 5W Pabst Blue Ribbon car is going to be driven by Casey Favada. Looking inside the top 10, starting on the outside of row number 5 for Albee Whitlock Racing, the RC chassis, number 8R, Justin Ray. Starting in position number 9, another RC chassis car, this one the 23S, driven by the Boilermaker, Isaac Waldrip. Looking up to the 8th starting position, the Brickers number 7M machine is going to be piloted by the Canadian from Hamilton, Ontario, Micah Damon. Starting P7 in the Shark Racing number 1A, the Matchbox chassis car driven by the Pennsylvania Posse Zone out of Churchville, Pennsylvania, the Haasinator, Matt Haas. Starting off row number 3 on the outside is going to be that Silver Bullet number 75C, this one driven tonight by Josh Things. Inside the top 5 now, looking at the Quaker State number 11, this one driven by the driver Wyatt Floor. Rolling out 4th in the Great Clips number 9 for Casey Kane Racing out of Billings, Montana, Wild West, John Whitaker. On the inside of row number 2, won his heat race as well as the car to his outside, driving the Casey's General Store number 6, a guy out of Indiana, Kyle Conley. And now we roll to the front, and we start on the outside with the Fusion Energy number 15H, this one driven by the guy out of Scranton, Pennsylvania, Gavin Beers. To his inside, your pole sitter for today's race, the only veteran in this event out of Florida, the Sunshine in the Kreitz Racing 69K, Ian Perez.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to our stop motion showdown. We show you the coolest sight in racing, the 4-wide salute. We're ready to play in the clay here at Selinsgrove Speedway.
Drivers aplenty for 20. Here we go. Green flag's out. Ian Perez going to lead them down. He gets the big lead down the back straightaway. First lap going to be completed. This time the leader barely Ian Perez over Kyle Conley. He runs the bottom side, gets up in front of him. Waldrip and Floor now making a run at it. Floor gets up in behind Waldrip, trying to lead the bottom side. Casey Favada down there with him. Kyle Conley leads the way, ripping the lip up top. Waldrip takes a shot at it, doesn't get there. Conley going to stay up top. Wyatt Floor. Now Casey Favada makes it 3 wide for the race lead. 2 for 1 slide job in 3 and 4. He gets it back. Conley tries to get him down the inside, doesn't go. They're side by side again. Now Favada gets a bit of a lead in that Pabst Blue Ribbon car. Conley tries again, doesn't get there. Favada's really solid off the top side. Waldrip now making his face again. The 45X coming on as well. They're staying down low. Those 3 racing champion chassis. Casey Favada leads. Whoa, almost a pass there from Ethan Snyder. Well, and as I say it, cue me up. Ethan Snyder takes the race lead. We got Justin Ray coming on the bottom side. He's going to try to get that pass in. He tries side by side past the line. Ethan Snyder back out. Oh, we got cars around interference 3 and 4. That's the 75C of Josh Things, and the 15 of Garrett Oliver got into 3 and 4 pretty hard there. We're not going to have a replay, so we're not able to see what happened. We're going to bring it back. Green flag's back out. Ethan Snyder leads us down. Justin Ray in second now goes for the lead, and he goes down the inside. Favada going to look to the bottom side. Maybe a slider. Oh, we got one upside down. Big crash. We got Kyle Conley and Gavin Beers, it looks like, involved in this one. Gavin with a big ride. We'll catch a replay here. So he slid Conley, caught the cushion, I think, and just kind of flipped it over. Up and over the wall he went. Thankfully, both drivers out of their cars under their own power. Obviously going to make sure those guys are checked out good to go, especially Gavin. But we got 6 laps to go. Green again. Casey Favada leads us down. Ethan Snyder tried to make a big move. There's become 5 to go. Snyder now making second place work in the middle line as Favada runs the top side. 4 to go. Ethan Snyder led that time by. Slides up the track. Doesn't quite get there. Casey Favada rips around the top side. Still got Justin Ray in behind him, and now it seems like Matt Haas. And now Riley Foster with a big move down on the inside. Going to slide up to the top side. 1 to go. The 17 now down low up to the top side. He trekked low. He slid up, and Riley Foster's going to win.
And Riley Foster brings home the Keen Motorsports number 17 in a wild ride from the back of the pack all the way to the top step, winning the 2021 Donohue Nationals. The runner-up tonight is the 45X team. Ethan Snyder tore it up and got all the way to second. Rounding out your top three is the Great Clips number 9 of Wild West, John Whitaker. We want to extend a thank you to the track crews for coming out tonight and keeping our drivers in good hands. Well, that will do it, folks. We hope you've enjoyed the racing and the program tonight. It's been a wild ride of side-by-side, fast-paced action, leading our winners home all night long. Selinsgrove has been good to us for this event, getting down and dirty for the first time on the channel since 2014. Be sure to check out all the links down in the description for more awesome motorsports content. For all of our partners and for Joe Donohue alongside me presenting tonight's showdown, I'm Matt Faust, and this has been the 2021 Donohue Nationals.